Well, hello once again, farming friends. Welcome back to another edition of Farming Simulator 2015 with me, your old buddy, Mistermoose. And we are back on North Brabant, continuing on, pick up where we left off yesterday. I did go ahead and get seed in the fields. I did a little bit more than I thought I would. I went ahead and did 4 fields. So we have 4 fields of wheat that need to be fertilized. So this is what we're going to do today. Is get a little fertilizer on the fields, and then we'll move forward. Probably going to be the last time we use this fertilizer. I think we'll have the BGA ready to go soon, and when we do, we'll be able to get ourselves a little more money in, and I think we'll either buy a slurry spreader or a all the implements needed to do slurry, or we will we'll buy a lime spreader. I would have bought a lime spreader for this, but I went ahead and started seeding the fields prior, before I thought about it, and I would want to get that. I would want to go ahead and put the lime down first, and then seed my field and cultivate the lime in with the seeds. So maybe next time we do that, but definitely going to make a move towards doing that in the near future here. So today we're just going to spread some fertilizer on the field, get that taken care of, and move on. Still waiting on the potatoes to be ready. They are taking their own sweet time, which is typical. For some reason they take a little bit longer to grow in game, which they should, in all honesty. Potatoes as a root take a long time to grow, so they should take longer in game to grow than any of the other fruits. It's just curious that Giant would get that right, and they get so much at Hulse not necessarily correct. It would be nice to see growing cycles that were off a little bit. You know, if I plant this field here, the adjacent field, I plant it 2 hours later, it shouldn't grow. But apparently Giant just says if you plant it in the morning and you plant them in the same gameplay, they're all going to come harvestable at the same time. Because I've yet to be able to get it to spread out the way I think it should. I mean, if I plant this field at 7 o'clock and I plant the next one at 8 o'clock, this one should become harvestable at like 10, and the other one should become harvestable around 11, but it doesn't necessarily do that. So, but it would also be nice to see growth cycles be different per vegetable. You know, wheat grows at a different speed than corn does, as do, you know, tomatoes or, you know, canola. All of it has its own different rate of growth. Beans grow real fast. Cucumbers grow really fast. But okra grows incredibly fast if you're growing okra. But if you're growing wheat or corn takes a long time to grow. Potatoes take a long time to grow. You plant potatoes in the spring and you don't touch them until the fall. So I don't know, it just be nicer to see it staggered out a little bit more, so that, you know, maybe you have to wait 4 more hours for corn or 6 more hours for corn. Add more growth stages for corn. Add more growth stages for, or less growth stages for other things. You know, it just adjusted out. There I go thinking about simulation again versus just, you know, gameplay. So anyways, done a lot of mod reviews lately, and I hope you guys have enjoyed them. I'm just trying to keep up with things that are available in the game and kind of show that off, because I don't know where the balance is, how much you want to see gameplay versus add-ons and maps and mods for the game. You know, I would think that part of me wants to think that it's better to show more of the mods that you can feature in the game and talk about them and then show them in game, but I'm not sure what you guys really are more interested in. So that's kind of where I welcome your comments. We are growing. We hit the 50 mark today as I'm recording this video. I hit 50 subscribers, and I would really love to know what you guys look for in your farm sim videos. Are you looking for gameplay? Are you looking more for do you watch to see what mods people are using and how they're using them? Just curious about that. So be sure to leave comments for me and let me know those things, and along the way that'll help me better define this channel and showcase the things that you want to see. As I discussed in the last video, I'm going to try to mix it up a little bit this week and do a map this week, as well as gameplay on each of the maps that we're working right now, as well as do some mod reviews and things like that. So a lot going on. I will tell you, I did go ahead and download the new developers version of Courseplay and put that into the system. There's really not a whole lot different with it. The only thing I really noticed is just a couple of different little eye candy things that are cool, but nothing really that stands out. Sorry about that. Nothing that really stands out that is that major of a difference from the Courseplay 4, I think, is what we have out right now that I was checking, that I was playing with, and the developers version. And I hadn't really had a chance to utilize it very much to see how much different it is gameplay wise. So but you will start to see that if you notice a little bit of a difference in the HUD for Courseplay. It's just because I do it. And while we're refueling this thing, or restocking this thing, I'll go ahead and show that to you real quick. I'll pull it up and show you the little subtle differences that I've noticed in it. Alright, so let's bring Courseplay up. The first thing you'll see right here is this eyeball, and all that does is if you have a course selected, it will bring up a little window that shows you how that course is laid out. So if let's say I pulled up this course here just to have it loaded, you see it brings up this window that shows me how the course is laid out, where the starting point is up here, where the ending point is, that it returns back to the start point. It just gives me a visual of how the course is laid out. So notice that. And then I've also under settings, they've changed how it shows the waypoints. It used to be it was all words. It said start and end, or it would say only show intersections. It's become more of a graphical representation. So this is show your start and your end points. If it's white, it doesn't show them. If it's green, it does show them. This shows you the entire course if you click that. And then overhead, this would show your intersections. So that's all they've really changed on it. Other than that, it's just tweaks within Courseplay. So again, I haven't had that much of a chance to play with it, but I did go ahead and install it. The installation is a bit different from installing Courseplay that you would get off of mod hosters. So if you're thinking about doing it, you want to read real close what they talk about at GitHub with Courseplay, and see exactly what you need to do. Basically, to install regular Courseplay, you download Courseplay from either mod hosters, or you can get it straight from the developers off of their download links. and you get a compressed zip file that just says zzz underscore courseplay, and you would just take that and drop it into your mods folder, and you would be good to go. If you want to install a developer's version, the way it comes down, you have to extract all the files out of the particular file that you get. Then you have to recompress the master files for Courseplay into a zip that is labeled zzz underscore Courseplay. So you're basically having to go through and create your own zip file with the files that they give you. So I guess that's because it makes it easier for them as they're making changes. They don't have to update all of the files. They only have to update the files that have changes in it, and then you can download everything, and it makes it simpler for them on their end, I'm guessing. So but anyways, yeah, so then once you compress all those files into that zzz Courseplay folder, then you just drop that into your mods folder just like you normally would. So I'll probably do a video on that pretty soon. I've got a lot of the Courseplay videos done, and I'm going to start turning those over in the next day or two. Might even start turning some of them on today when this video posts, but I wanted to get several of them done, and so I could start turning them live at the same time, so there's not just one video up and then waiting for the next. But I'll put a whole playlist up, and that way you can go through the playlist and pick out and choose. I'm going to try to do my goal is with the Courseplay videos is to do one video for every implement. So basically cover the basics of Courseplay, walk you through and show you all the buttons and what each of the and just explain what each of the buttons do, and then in other videos go through and actually do the work with each particular vehicle or implement and show you how you can automate that with Courseplay. So for instance, how do I set my combine up with Courseplay? How do I set up baling with Courseplay? How do I mow grass with Courseplay? How do I do an overloader? How do I do unload the combine? And so cover each one of those facets in a video, and just show you step by step on how to do each of those. And some of the videos will be short, some of them will be a little bit lengthy because there's more detail involved. If you're doing overloader, I'm gonna take you step by step on everything you need to do overloader, meaning setting up the transport truck, setting up the overloader, and setting up the combine to actually cut the field, because there's 3 steps involved in doing overloader. So that video, it's going to be 20-30 minutes, where if I show you how to set your combine up alone just to process the field, that video is maybe take 5-6 minutes tops. So like I said, I'll have those videos up starting this week, posting up as early as today, and maybe some of them may be already up when you watch this video. I'm recording this on Monday for Tuesday, so. But yeah, that's kind of what's happening. And some of the videos will be in the old Courseplay HUD. Some of them will be in the new HUD, but you'll still be, regardless of which HUD is up there, which version of Courseplay I'm using. In other words, some of them are done in version 4, some of them are done in the developer's version. But regardless of which one I use, the steps are all the same, and so it doesn't matter which version of Courseplay you use, the features are still the same in both of them. So just want to make sure you understand that. Alright, this field is done. Let's go ahead, because we're running low I'm going to run back to the farm real quick and grab a little bit more fertilizer. Take a shortcut through here. Whoops. I didn't mean to take that shortcut. There's a little place right over here where there's no fence on this green field. And it goes right back into the farm. Because you know, even though the fields aren't clippable, I still like to not drive through them, unless it's just accident where I lose my way going through the trees. All right. Alright, so that's filled up. We'll run around here. We'll go out this way. We got 2 more fields we need to fertilize. And then I need to move this trailer at some point. Get it out of the way. Because I didn't move it yesterday when I moved the head and got it resituated. As you can see, I did get the combine out and move the head over and put it where it belongs, sitting on the ground. I did that yesterday after we ended the video. It's funny, I was talking to somebody else maybe it was Sunday. I was talking to somebody and they were like, I don't have any issues with that. I don't know what you're talking about. So I wish I could almost do a video on it and just sit there and watch it slide across the screen. And if I get really bored and have a little free time, I might actually do that one day. Is show it slide across the screen, because it's just ridiculous. Alright, come on, course. Move on over here. Alright, just gives us a reference. Get started. So yeah, I'm not sure which way we go with fertilizer. We may buy both. I may go ahead and if we've got the money to do slurry properly, we're going to need about $100,000. But I think since we've not done slurry in any videos, that's probably the route we ought to go, because there's a lot we can do as far as automation wise with Courseplay, as far as you can be doing the slurry in the field, and then we can have a Sven go drive the transport truck back and forth to the field to fill up the slurry tanker there at the field. So that'd be kind of cool. I'm all into the automation side of it. I like the ability to control multiple vehicles at the same time. I like to do the field work, but the parts of the field work that gets slowed down by having to run to the slurry tank and get more slurry, versus have somebody go get it for you, that part of it I don't like. Because in your day-to-day operations, you'd have a field hand or two, or a family member or somebody like that, who could go and get the slurry for you and bring a tanker out to the field to fill you back up so you didn't have to stop. Same with doing your combine. There might be a day when you have a small field you want to harvest and you just do it yourself, where you bring a trailer over to the field and then you run the combine and then just either go to the trailer and unload, or bring it over. Most of the time, if you're going to do that situation, if you're going to do combining by yourself, you would set the trailer up to the edge of the field, you would combine, and then every time you came in that general area, you would move over there and dump the combine at the trailer. It wouldn't make sense especially on a realistic field that's, you know, several acres. You wouldn't be jumping out of the combine and running over to the tractor and bringing the tipper to the combine. So you would drive to the trailer. So but that's the reason it's good to have a hired hand, so you don't have to do all that. So you can actually run the combine and radio him when you need him to come dump the dump for you. But when times are lean, there's a lot of work you got to do by yourself. See if I can do this in first person. And I really need to buy a track IR. How cool would that be in Farming Sim? And I know a lot of people have them. The equipment I need to buy is just overwhelming. Like, I'd love to have double joysticks. I'd love to have a G27. I'd love to have track IR. I mean, the list goes on and on. If I had $1 million. Alright, readjust this course over just a little bit more and we'll just about be done with this fertilizing thing. It's the most boring part of the game to me. Maybe going to slurry will change it up a little bit. I don't get into the fertilizer side of it. Really what I like is stacking bales. And we are going to do some bales real soon. While we don't need them for this particular map, because we do have dry storage on site, I just like to do the bales. So at some point we are going to do some bales. It will be happening fairly soon. What we'll probably do is, and this is where that rental mod comes in, I just cannot, because bales last so long in the game, I can't see purchasing baling technology when I can rent it. You rent it for one day and you rent everything. Rent you a baler, rent you a bale wrapper, and an auto stacker, and knock it all out in one day. Take it, put it into storage, and you're good to go. And then you turn in the equipment and you're done. Because let's be honest, the way they've got the feeding set up for the animals in this game, you don't need that many bales. A few dozen bales and you're good to go. Man, this in-game, this in-cab driving, completely different. I wonder how much I missed. Oh, I'm totally going the wrong direction. Alright. I'm horrible at in-cab driving, and possibly, you know, like track IR would make it better. And I have the same problems like, I want to look around constantly to see where my edges are and everything else like that. But it's such a pain to do. I'm wondering if Track IR would make all that much easier. I know it would. It's just a matter of spending $100 to get a Track IR system and put it in here. And it would be really nice for Euro Trucker. That's where I have the biggest problems with looking around, is playing Euro Trucker. And that's where it would be awesome. Alright, so that is done. So all our fields are seeded that we're gonna seed. I only, like I said, we've got 3 potato fields ready to harvest, and then we'd have 4 wheat fields ready to harvest. And the rain is coming in around, it comes in around 10 or 11 o'clock today. How do I know that? Well, you know, I just do. I've checked the radar, and it shows me the rain's about 3 hours out. So, field's fertilized. That looks good. So what we'll do during the rainstorm is maybe mow some grass, because we can mow grass during the rain, or we might just be lazy, sit in the house and wait the rain out. And then when you next see me, we'll on North Brabant, we'll be harvesting the potatoes and moving forward. Who knows how long it's going to rain? It could rain for a couple hours, it could rain 6-8 hours and just kill the entire day. So plans moving forward on this farm include the purchasing of either a slurry or lime. We'll go ahead and sell that cultivator. There is going to get sold. I've got to keep that seeder because we need it to do corn until we purchase a big corn seeder. We're going to plant after the wheat. I think I'm going to plant several fields of corn, and we'll actually go through and chaff all of that, probably using the small front end chaff that you get in store. We'll probably just rent it, but this where's it at? Is it on the headers? Yeah. We'll use I thought it was in the headers. Where is that thing at? Oh, you know what? I bet it's in harvesters. There we go. The Pottinger. We'll probably grab that thing. I hear it's a pain to use, but having not used it, probably want to check that out and see how it works. So we might get the Pottinger and do a little, cut some chaff with it and just see how that thing works. For those of you who have wondered about it. So anyways, that's about it. I think we've done everything we can do so far on this video. It'll be kind of short, unless you want to. Yeah, we'll just keep this one short. We'll come back and we'll kind of fast forward and see when the rain hits, and I'll update you on the next video. All right. Thanks again for watching, guys. Hope you enjoy the video, and as always, give me that thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and we'll see you tomorrow with more Farming Simulator videos. That's it for today, though, and stay safe, have yourself a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Hey, thanks again for watching this video, and if you made it all the way to the end, well, maybe you liked it. So give me a big old thumbs up. That like goes a long way. Also, subscribe to this channel. I will update the videos every single day, so there'll always be something new for you to see. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you'll come back again tomorrow. Thanks for your support.